Well, African Affairs analyst Kayode Ogundamisi now joins me from the United Kingdom to share his thoughts on the motion to impeach President Buhari. Thank you for joining me this hour.
Thank you.
Now, what is your understanding of the matter? The objective of the expenditure, which is to fight insecurity, has been established, but the procedure was wrong. What's your take?
The procedure was actually wrong. For a government that promised to do things differently and be more transparent to the Nigerian people, I think the onus is on President Buhari to have brought in the National Assembly, do the right thing by informing them or seeking their consent before spending money on arms and ammunition, even though it's quite necessary. Our armed forces are still ill-equipped. We need those fighter jets to combat terrorism for surveillance purpose. But the lawmakers themselves, they say who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Most of them are retired governors. The National Assembly is a retirement home for former governors, and quite a number of them, when they were governors, dipped their hands in the public purse in this same account without bringing their National Assembly, state assemblies counterpart into confidence. So this is just a case of people who have not obeyed the law, questioning the executive for disobeying the law.
Well, in layman's language, the pot calling kettle black. So let's look now at Section 83, subsection 1 to 2 of the Constitution, which actually, by the way, allows the president to make extra budgetary spending in an emergency situation. Now, if the aircrafts are not expected to be delivered until 2020, was this then an emergency situation?
I think the Senate President explained it clearly. The United States under Obama did not, they sort of cancelled arms sales to the country, and the urgency for the production of these fighter jets was made clear by the United States government. The Congress, as explained by Senator Saraki, the Senate President, had to come to Nigeria and sought the consent of our own lawmakers. And the way these things works when it comes to arms production, it takes a very long period. Yes, you might not get a delivery until about 3-4 years time, but they have to start production now. They have to train personnel. We have to send our own personnel to the US to actually learn how to use these fighter jets. Remember, we don't have these fighter jets before now, and they need to get equipment in place. So when it comes to procuring arms and military hardwares, it might seem that it will take a long time to get the delivery, but the urgency is in signing the contract so that production can commence.
So would you describe this impeachment call as a PDP conspiracy?
I think the whole National Assembly, you can't say they are PDP and APC members. They are all just a coalition of retired former governors who coalesce around self-interest, and they use impeachment as a stick to get the attention of the executive. They clearly cannot actually carry it out, because impeaching a president almost a year or a few months to general election would be like pouring petrol over a fire that is raging in the country. There are more important issues that they could have threatened to impeach the president. Say, for example, the insecurity we're witnessing across the country, the mass killings, the herdsmen, farmers' crisis, and they're not doing anything about that. When the interest of a Senate member like Dino Melaye is threatened by the police, you see the Senate roaring like a lion. But when it comes to the interest of the Nigerian people, they act like sheep who would not act on anything. So I think they're just using the threat of impeachment to, it's self-seeking, it's attention-seeking. They would not be able to carry that out.
All right, now, why do you think the Senate is being conciliatory in impeaching the president?
Because one, they don't have the numbers. I will be quite surprised. I will be surprised if they're able to get enough numbers to impeach the president. It is not just ordinary two-thirds majority. You need more than that. And I would also know that quite a lot of them, remember, the Senate president is facing corruption charges. Almost 60% of members of the National Assembly have either one corruption case or the other. So they wouldn't, of course, carry this out. But it's also important that we recognize the independence of the legislation, even if we don't agree with majority of members of the National House of Assembly. It's important that we keep that independence in place, but only if they are displayed transparency and acted in the interest of the Nigerian people. If they had a record of that over time in the last 3 years, then Nigerians would have given this Senate or the House of the House of Representatives a benefit of doubt. But they've spent the last 3 years playing politics with the lives of the Nigerian people. So the threats of impeachment, I'm sure the executive will just laugh and gloss over it.
Well, we would have loved to ask you more questions. Kayode Ogundamisi, African Affairs Analyst, thank you for joining me on TVC News Hour.
Thank you.